WWE News, Rumors, Headlines, WWE Backstage, all the details, all the leaks, all the creeps, all the sweeps. But this is a story that will not be swept under the table. Viewers, some sad and unfortunate news, not the kind of updates I like to give to you. But I said it when it happened. And a lot of people want to go against me and call me fake, a clickbaiter. No, this isn't the same video that you just watched. People want to say I'm in it just for the clicks, the money, the views. I'm in it for the notoriety. I'm in it for all this, that, and the other. And then I said Seth Rollins is going to be pulled. Seth Rollins is going to have surgery. Seth Rollins is going to have to relinquish the WWE title. And now we go to this, viewers. As reported earlier, Seth Rollins is set to undergo an immediate shoulder surgery due to his recent injury that he suffered at WWE Crown Jewel. And then, of course, it was made worse when his teammates, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, turned on him, betrayed Seth Rollins at the end of Monday Night Raw, and made the injury even worse. And now Seth Rollins, ladies and gentlemen, has officially been taken off the card from the upcoming Japan tour. And you know that this was a big deal. This was absolutely huge, the Japan tour for the WWE. Seth Rollins was going to be there. He was going to headline. He was going to put the title on the line. But now, ladies and gentlemen, the updated lineups go like this. The Intercontinental Champion Dominic Mysterio versus CM Punk. The WWE Women's World Champion Stephanie McMahon versus Raquel Rodriguez. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors. Jey Uso and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Also appearing on WWE United States Women's Champion Julia, AJ Styles, LA Knight, Kofi Kingston, Bayley, Roxanne Perez, and more. And then on 10/18, it will be CM Punk and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. We will also see Dominic Mysterio versus LA Knight versus Penta. It will be a triple threat match. Stephanie McMahon, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, triple threat warfare. Also appearing will be AJ Styles, Kofi Kingston, and Jey Uso. So as you can see, Seth Rollins was pictured. He was photographed. He was set. He was planned to be a part of this Japan tour. But obviously, a huge monkey wrench has been thrown into the plans. And as they say in the WWE, you got to expect the unexpected. So the Mania card, guys, has been all right. So let's get into this next update. Remember to become a channel member today. So important to donate below with a super thanks donation to become a channel member today to help save and secure my future on YouTube. The injury instantly changed the company's creative direction, forcing the creatives to rush Reed and Breaker into position as the top villains of the Raw brand. According to Meltzer's report, those in WWE Creative confirmed that while the WrestleMania card is not finalized, the major plan was for Seth Rollins to be in one of the biggest matches of the show, a showdown against Roman Reigns, which seems to be derailed now. Obviously, we're going to come on here and wish Seth Rollins the best in his upcoming surgery, but here's the thing with Seth Rollins. He was dealing with a number of injuries, a lot of nagging injuries, and he was going to get through this until the end of WrestleMania next year. Seth Rollins was going to battle this. Seth Rollins was going to rattle it. Seth Rollins was going to try to weather the storm. But this last thing that went down, this last happening that occurred this weekend at Crown Jewel really put Seth Rollins in a hole. Bankrupt for Seth Rollins in his WWE career. The operation is expected to keep Rollins out of action for a minimum of several months, which again, Seth Rollins is now pulled from WrestleMania. Seth Rollins will be overall pulled from the WWE. And again, Dave Meltzer has reported that WWE Superstar World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins is scheduled for an immediate shoulder surgery for a legitimate injury. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, Seth Rollins has fooled us before. Seth Rollins has faked us before. Seth Rollins has fainted in injury before, only for him to say, oh, I'm fine, I'm good, all is great and grand in the world. But this time, Seth Rollins is not going to be able to overcome this. And again, this isn't part of the show. This isn't an angle. It's not a storyline. It's not fantasy. It is as realistic as it is going to get for the architect, the WWE or World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. Now, Seth Rollins could indeed relinquish the title as early as SmackDown this week. Yes, you heard that right. Seth Rollins could give up the championship as early as SmackDown. Now, we were hearing rumor and gossip that with Seth Rollins out of the picture now as the big bad guy, the heel, one of the biggest heels in the company, somebody now has to step up. Somebody now has to take the lead with Rollins out and not going to be able to compete at WrestleMania, much alone put the World Heavyweight title on the line. And who's to say that Seth Rollins would have still been the world champion by the time WrestleMania came around? But probably, maybe. Because remember, A lot of things are getting fast-tracked now. A lot of things are getting fast-tracked for Seth Rollins. Now, the next plan on the deck could see CM Punk become a big-time heel. CM Punk becoming a big-time bad guy in the WWE. Now, if anybody could carry that, it would be CM Punk, especially with his demeanor, his character, his persona. If anybody could become a heel, a bad guy during this incident, if anyone could light it up, it would be CM Punk. And how that would happen, how would that heel turn transpire? Well, what about CM Punk breaking up with AJ Lee on live WWE TV? That would be a hell of a heel turn, and nobody would see that one coming. Or imagine CM Punk attacking Seth Rollins on the way to surgery or coming out of the hospital. Listen, there's a number of things the WWE could do to handle a CM Punk heel turn. And that would definitely change the magnitude. That would change the trajectory of WWE going in to WrestleMania. But now this just means that the WWE is without a main eventer. So now we are in rumor and gossip and speculation. Again, not confirmed. It's not lies. It's not clickbait. What I do here on the show is masterful. It's exclusive. The WWE is trying to get John Cena for WrestleMania now that Rollins is out. Now that Rollins has been pulled. Now that Seth Rollins is canceled for WWE up until probably next summertime. Probably until next summertime, Rollins may be able to return around SummerSlam. That is the expectation right now because, as you know, Kevin Owens was also planned to come back by WrestleMania of next year. Well, now, no, Kevin Owens is going to be missing yet another WrestleMania. And that is big, that is huge, that is major, and that is absolutely volatile. Now the WWE already had planned, because the WWE now plans WrestleMania card months in advance. The storylines, the angles, the matches, the main events, they plan WrestleMania months in advance because it's that big, it's that major, it's that cataclysmic. And remember, it's going to be in Las Vegas. The WWE are going to run back WrestleMania once again. But now it's going to be without Seth Rollins, guys. It's going to be without Seth Rollins. And and guys, this is why we do multiple videos. I want everybody right now, please set a reminder on your watch, your iPhone, your iPad, your cell phone, your TV, or mark it down. Watch my show morning, noon, and night because I give you the delight to make it right. Now, we are also receiving word that WWE was the ones that booked the controversial match finish at TNA's Bound for Glory 2025. Yes, you are hearing that right. The WWE are the ones being blamed for the booking behind that. Also, a general manager in the company, in the WWE, are commenting on their release. A GM has been released by WWE. A general manager is no longer running the show. A general manager is no longer calling the shots in the WWE because Stevie Turner posted the following on her Instagram regarding her release from the WWE. She posted a statement regarding her release after her run as the WWE Evolve GM of the show. And again, Seth Rollins will be undergoing shoulder surgery immediately and again expected to be out for months. Meltzer confirms the previous reports that the injury occurred during Rollins' match against Cody Rhodes on Saturday. Meltzer is reporting that WWE star is scheduled for an immediate surgery. Also, on top of that, Becky Lynch comments on the Vision turning on Seth Rollins. Becky Lynch's reaction to this entire thing. This is stunning. This is drastic. Ladies and gentlemen, Becky Lynch had the following to say. I'm gone for 1 week, and what just happened? Seth Rollins goes to shambles. His world title run is going to dust. He's going to have to relinquish and give up the World Heavyweight Championship. It has not been a good last 72 hours for Seth Rollins, or by this time, it has not been a good week for Seth Rollins. Now, yes, Rollins did get the victory. Seth Rollins finally beat Cody Rhodes. He finally got that win. He finally got the W in the win column. But at what cost, viewers? At what cost for Seth Rollins to finally defeat Cody Rhodes at WWE Champion versus Champion? But then again, you got to think in the back of your mind, just a fool, and I hope it does. I hope this happens. Just to shock value and add intrigue to it, and the question of mystique. Is this legitimate? Is this real? As I said earlier in the video, it is not part of the angle. It's not supposed to be part of the storyline. It's not an injury where it's kayfabe, so to speak. It is about as real can get. But, Seth Rollins has fooled us once before. Is Seth Rollins about to fool us again? For some reason, this time it just feels a little bit different. This time it just doesn't feel the same as the last time. Now, as we're talking about that, we also got more breaking news coming in right now as the likelihood. We got breaking news on AJ Styles and AEW, All Elite Wrestling. The likelihood of AJ Styles jumping ship to AEW as his WWE retirement draws near. AJ Styles may be winding down his legendary in-ring career, but fans are hoping to see him in an AEW ring. And you shouldn't hold your breath for that. Speaking about holding your breath, a status update on WWE's current plans for Austin Theory's comeback. Now, again, that's something else that has changed. Again, WrestleMania, the card, the angles, the storylines, everything's going to change now. Everything's going to be different. Everything's going to go in a completely different direction. Austin Theory was supposed to return. It was supposed to be the Vision along with Rollins, Breaker, and Reed, right? It was supposed to be 4 men in the Vision. Insert Austin Theory in there too. Well, now Seth Rollins has been pulled from all WWE shows. Real injury threatens future plans, ladies and gentlemen. Backstage, some remain cautious after Rollins misled people about his knee condition earlier this year at SummerSlam, but others are convinced that the injury is now real. Many point to the sudden shift in storyline focus towards Breaker and Reed as evidence that the WWE is indeed preparing to cover for his absence. If Rollins is indeed sidelined for surgery, which it does look like he will be, it could derail the rumored big money WrestleMania plans against CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Well, now what you do in that predicament is you just have CM Punk, the bad guy, versus the good guy, Roman Reigns. CM Punk, Roman Reigns is WrestleMania worthy. For now, the WWE is leaning on fresh faces like Breaker and Reed under Paul Heyman's guidance to step into the spotlight to make everything all right. Wow, guys. You want to talk about a major shift. You want to talk about the pendulum shifting. Also, a top WWE star won't be paid while injured as the WWE lets his contract expire, that being Ridge Holland. And again, Austin Theory was supposed to return to the WWE to be part of the Vision. It doesn't look like those plans might manifest now. They might do something completely different with Austin Theory. In theory, it doesn't look good for Austin Theory. Also, Tony Schiavone explains why he avoids the current WWE content. Also, Andrade's AEW status remains unclear after being officially off the roster. A snub, a cancellation. Wes Lee reveals new post name following his release from WWE. And we got breaking news on Monday Night Raw, the Red Brand on Netflix. According to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, WWE Raw ranks number 9 globally on Netflix for the week of October the 6th, 2025. As we always know, they are a week behind. That's why you're saying, well, Sean, that was last week, because the viewership, the numbers are always a week behind. I want to let that be known right now. Also, Grayson Waller explains why Logan Paul ruined celebrity wrestling. Also, Chris Jericho, the Ayatollah of Rock and Roll, the company's first ever undisputed champion, announces Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea with exclusive perks. Yes, you heard that right, viewers. Exclusive perks. Just hope it's not an actual perk, if you know what I'm saying. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, at this time, we are receiving word. We are receiving word. That according to those in the know, indie tag team, and I said this earlier, it was only gossip and rumor, but now there's pictures, there's confirmation, there's finalization. Ladies and gentlemen, indie tag team premier, indie tag team, the premier, hospitalized after a brutal head-on car collision, a car crash. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, independent tag team stars, the premier, known for tearing up in the Kansas City wrestling scene, were involved in a terrifying car accident that left both members hospitalized. They both got in a pretty bad car wreck on our way to a show in Indiana on Saturday. The other person was going the wrong way in our lane and hit us head on. A 7-hour operation. You're going to wonder, is that what Seth Rollins is going to face? Is perhaps a 7-hour operation? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Viewers, this is where we do it. We give you the latest, the greatest, the newest. Remember, if you want this show to continue, click that bell, subscribe, turn on all notifications, double check it and recheck it. And remember to donate below. Donate below, because without you, there is no Seanzview, as the situation is going to keep brewing. Stay tuned for more Around the Clock. I will never stop.